Alright, hello everyone, it's Happy, and today we're going to be jumping into the old Blitz and seeing how far it has come from back then. As you can see, this is an old version of Blitz. If I believe correctly, it's a 2014-2015 version of Blitz, a few months after it came out, maybe a maximum a year or something like that. You guys probably could tell because of the loading screen and the texture. This looks horrendous to me. Just look at the map, everything, the texture on tanks, the icons, everything looks super weird. Today we're definitely going to be talking about all the new additions that have come into the game, because if Blitz stayed like this, I think the game would have died, and I'm really happy that the developers have been adding a lot of stuff into Blitz. So firstly, it's definitely going to be the textures. We're going to be getting HD maps, and HD tanks have already come out. A lot of tanks have been already changed into the HD models. E100, IS-7, Death Star, Bat Chat, blah blah blah, etc, etc. On top of that, a lot of new tech tree lines have been added. Every year they add 3 to 4. I think it's around 3 to 4. And since then, it's been 6 to 7 years. And they've definitely added a lot of tech tree tanks. I think at the start they only had 3 to 4 tech trees. Now they have a lot of nations. They even have the Europeans. We even have we had our own Yos that came before the PC version. We have the Japanese Hori, tech tree line that doesn't exist in World of Tanks PC. So Blitz is definitely a bit different than PC, and on top of that, we will be getting HD maps, which is great, because if maps stayed like this, especially the outside of the maps, just look at the outside of the maps. Those mountains look horrendously pixelated, like God. But yeah, World of Tanks Blitz has come a far and long way. On top of that, we did get a lot of premium tanks, a lot of events, Did you guys see that? I think that was like a ghost show. So that definitely didn't change. But apart from that, a lot of things have been added into the game in terms of events, in terms of new game modes, new premium tanks. And of course, back then, containers didn't exist, which is probably the only positive thing about the old Blitz. The fact that we didn't have containers. You could just buy a tank from the shop for gold if you really wanted to, without having to gamble, because again, I'm not the biggest fan of gambling, especially when it comes to kids. But again, it's up to you guys, and it's your personal choice. So yeah, coming back to Blitz, I think the developers have done a great job, but of course it's because of us, the player base, who have funded Wargaming, because the game is obviously free and it runs on in-game purchasing things such as premium tanks, containers, camos, whatever. It's us that have funded the game, and it's not just Wargaming and the developers who have made Blitz what it is today, but it is also us. So thank you to everyone who stuck around. Obviously, I don't think I was playing the game this early on. I came in only a few years ago. I'm a late boy, but that's quite irrelevant. So yeah, I'm really enjoying Blitz as it is today, because just look at these icons. Just look at the icons on the right. They look so ugly. Just look at that chocolate bar. Look at that adrenaline. Look at those shells. That's just horrendous. Speaking of shells, we obviously also got to the tracers, as in when you shoot a tank, you do leave a tiny, bullet hole. On top of that, when the tank moves around, you have the tracks and suspension addition. On top of that, you leave a mark on the ground. All of these things have been added to Blitz, and it's a great thing. It's a great thing, and I'm very happy that we as a community are also moving forward. So yeah, with that, Happy's out, and I'll see you guys next time. Just enjoy this last ending screen, because it does look ugly. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.